Yo, we are Pack Street Collectibles, and when we're not busy building a business, we like to sit back, relax, unwind, and just talk with our friends. This is The Break Room. So on today's episode of The Break Room, we are playing a game of Goat Vote, a show where three people with differing opinions argue to see who has the best opinion. Still not sure how to word that part, but anyway, the topic of the day is the best movie genre. We have Brianna. She's gonna be doing what?
Horror movies.
Okay, we have me, who's gonna be doing comedy, and then Orlando.
That's right, and I'm gonna be doing rom-coms.
So anyway.
Take two.
I'll start it off.
Let's get it.
Who's brave enough?
Okay. Speaking of bravery, let's get into the topic of horror movies, otherwise known as the best genre of movies. No, let me reword that. The best movie genre of all time. Now, if you think back, I'm sure that you could remember what the first movie was, that one scene that kept you up at night, that couldn't let you sleep because you were seeing their face in your dreams. For me, that was the Jeepers Creepers scene. You know, the one where all those rowdy kids were on that school bus, and the guy comes with his head down on that windshield, and he starts scoping him out and sniffing them left and right, and then he finds the one he wants and he licks his greasy little lips. That one stuck with me for a long
He licks
time.
his greasy little lips.
Yeah, they're like black tar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Now, say Jeepers Creepers not your guy, that's okay. You don't gotta be your guy, because there's lots of other things when it comes to horror movies. Maybe you're more of the demonic possession kind of guy. You scared of the religious monsters? If not, what about your regular old poltergeist? If that doesn't do it for you, how about some gore, some bloody slasher films, or found film footage? The ones that seem like they could be real life because they were recorded by real people. And if that still isn't getting you wet, what about...
Wait, what?
What about the regular old vampires? From Dracula to the newer... It's scary. Now, take a look at the polls,
Wow.
okay? If you look at all the different movie genres, there's horror, western, romance, thriller, fantasy. People either like it or they just don't care for it.
Okay.
But when you look at horror, it's either a love or a disgust. People are repulsed by it. Where else do you find that kind of passion, whether it is positive or negative in a genre? There is passion behind the topic. That stands for something. Does it not?
No.
Not asking. Next. One of the best things, if not the variety of monsters, is the reach to all types of demographics, for older audiences and younger. When you're a kid, you don't want to think about your favorite little childhood animal, stuffed friend, toy doll.
Animal stuffed? Hold on, wait.
I was. You don't want to think about your little good guy doll coming alive and slashing up your mommy, do you?
No,
Well,
I
that
don't.
happens. Well, let's say now you're a mommy, okay? You're not worried about little dolls, but you are worried about home invasion. When you're home alone. You see, we've got something for everybody here. Now, that's a heavy point. Let's talk next about just the effects of this genre. Let's talk next.
She messed up.
Let's talk about the fact that this movie genre has its own special time of the year to be celebrated. All right, now if you look, action, comedy, drama, sci-fi, none of these really stand out with a particular holiday.
No.
Can you give me one for comedy?
April Fools.
Yeah, I remember last April Fool's, me and all my friends said, let's get around and watch some comedy movies.
Okay, yeah,
It's not
I
a
see.
thing.
I see. Okay.
It doesn't happen. You could stretch it, but it doesn't
Gotcha.
happen.
All right, I understand.
The only one that really does is horror. Everyone looks forward to it. Subscriptions go off the roof. hire all the movies. You got to start paying for it because people know that you want to watch it when it's Halloween. So you get around with your friends, you grab some popcorn, and you look back at all of those scary OG monsters like Jason and Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. The guy, Scream, still popping, still happening. So,
Ghostface?
Yeah, Ghostface. There we go.
Yeah.
thank you.
That's not.
Scream is the name of the movie, man.
It is the name of the movie. I've never watched them.
Whoa! Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't allowed.
Wait, let me cut in.
I wasn't allowed.
Give me
but
1 second to cut in, real quick.
I wouldn't admit it to
She's
that.
over here. She's over here rallying for horror movies. I haven't even watched one of the most famous horror movies in the world.
To defend myself, if anybody out there got a Puerto Rican mommy, my mom didn't let me watch PG-13 movies when I was 21, so that ain't on me, alrighty? Now getting to my last point, let's talk about that fear, and I think I'm ready for this now. Experience of fear.
Yeah.
Look at these clips of the general reactions. They cannot help the way that their body reacts to the sight of these monsters on the screen. It's the suspense, it's the music that causes this. There have been heart attacks, deaths at scary movies, all right? Because horrors are a great way to face and feel your fears and explore your reactions without physically exposing yourself to danger. You can get yourself, because it enacts 3 things: anxiety, fight or flight, and distress. Who doesn't love that? So let's talk about it, all right? We're gonna do a quick little reflection here on why scary movies
I see what you did. Okay.
on why scary movies are the best, all right? We've got the variety, we've got the holiday, and we've got the emotional toll on your mind, body, soul, all right? And that is my argument. I did have that written, okay. The end.
Holy shit. Who's the person that got to follow up that?
I guess me.
I guess that would be you.
So, okay, I don't have a PowerPoint here, but
You don't have a PowerPoint?
All right, you already failed. Let's go to the next one.
anyway, so the genre that I picked, notice I pronounce it genre with a little bit of a J hint in there. She pronounces it genre, which I fucking hate.
She puts the S at the end.
Yeah,
I didn't say genre is a genre. Yeah,
I didn't
genre.
say you said genre. I said you
might
said
be a
genre.
Jersey thing.
It's
Genre.
genre.
Put the
It
S
has
at
a
the
little
end of
J,
everything.
a little hint of a J in there.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
genre is.
no
It's a hint
booze.
of a J. Genre is a J.
No, I said genre. Okay, anyway, here we go.
Go ahead.
Mine is comedy. Comedy is the best type of movie to watch, especially in groups of people. When you watch a horror movie in groups of people, you kind of feel like there has to be a certain mood. You can't really joke around. And then there's always that one guy who's annoying who tries to joke around during the quiet parts because he doesn't want to get scared. Kind of ruins the movie. Something you have to watch alone. And something that has no replay value, like comedy.
That's a bummer.
Once I watch a scary movie, when I go to run it back, I'm like, the motherfucker's gonna be behind that wall, he gonna jump out with a chainsaw. That's what happens. But in comedy, you watch it with your boys, you replay the jokes in groups of people. Hey, I thought hurricane season was over.
I thought hurricane season was over.
Like, you know.
I like to cut in there because that is completely just not a true statement. Every year, there's reruns of all the Halloween movies, of the Scream movies.
Objection, Your Honor.
The Friday the 13th movies. It is known as being a very rewatchable genre.
That doesn't mean we like
Whereas
it.
comedy is,
Yeah, we
bitch, you
do
could only
rewatch
laugh
a
at
lot
the
of
same
those
joke
movies.
so many times.
That doesn't mean we like
Hurricane
it.
season is over.
That doesn't mean we like it. All right, so
Pineapple Express, by the way.
okay, so also here we go. With the attention on comedy movies, I love how every genre of film has to put the element of comedy somewhere within their film to make it enjoyable. Horror movies, a lot of times you're gonna have elements of comedy. A lot of times they're actually stereotypical and racist, where they got a black guy who comes in there like, that motherfucker's scary, and something like that. Racist and stereotypical. Not our cup of tea over here at Pack Street.
Are we not going to talk about your
One
assumption
second.
of a black person's vernacular?
Oh my god! Dude, it's something.
That's what
not done yet, but
That's
go
what
ahead.
scary movies do. What I was getting to is that my choice of genre is in every type of film. They throw it in there to make people happy, to make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? And another point that I wanted to make is the greatest actors in the history of acting. Robert De Niro, pioneer actor, dabbled in comedy. Feels like he had to attract to the masses. Jack Nicholson, dabbled in comedy. Had to adapt to the masses because everybody loves comedy. Robin Williams, one of the greatest comedy actors of all time. Robert Downey Jr. and also Black Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. Now, what was the one point you made? I wanted to touch on something she said.
Well, you should have wrote it down in your notebook.
People die, she said, and have heart attacks and panic attacks watching scary movies.
Every day.
Might I say?
Not every day.
Might I say to retort that laughter makes people live longer, makes their dick stronger. Yeah. I feel like my argument is settled, and I think that I have the best option.
That's right. And
I
you
think I have
won't
the best
get,
option.
if you like comedy, you won't get ED. That's what you
Yes,
just heard
yes,
here
yes,
right
yes.
now.
Yeah, but scary
Erectile
movies.
dysfunction doesn't happen in comedy.
Speaking of that, our video is sponsored by Blue Chews. All right, let's go
yeah.
move it downtown.
All right, we're going to move it downtown to me.
Oh, wait, you got to get your slide up there, right?
Let me get my shit together.
Okay, yeah.
My name is Orlando Munoz, and I'm going to be arguing why I think this is the superior genre when it stacks up against the other two. If you don't believe that this is the superior genre, we're going to just do it, and I'll display that with just 3 different measuring tools. Statistically, psychologically, and then also the versatility.
Okay.
Those are going to be the 3 things that I
Touch on
focus on.
like my uncle be doing.
That's enough.
Okay.
Okay. Statistically, all right, 70 out of 100 people that were polled said that they have at least watched one rom-com in a year. This is also something that's really big when it comes to generations, accepting different genres. I feel like when it's a generational thing, they're way more susceptible to agreeing with this because there's a formula that's already baked into these movies. Outside of this being so cultural, when you have comedy, a lot of it is cultural into the times of right now. Not unless they're going all the way back and watching those old films. All right. Also, statistically, rom-com does have its own month. Okay? You have the month of February.
Oh.
Valentine's. Love. It holds down and does really well in the month of February. And if you want to piggyback even off of that, you have the month of May, Mother's Day. That is also another one which heavily viewed for rom-com. Before I move on to statistics, something else to consider is the effects of Netflix and chill. There isn't a better genre when it comes to being on a date than rom-com. Especially for guys. When guys are picking the films for girls and they're trying to get with them or trying to impress, it's definitely rom-com. So you have that. Psychologically, psychology today says rom-coms make us feel good and improve our mental health for several different reasons. Rom-coms are really good when it comes to keeping those bad feelings at bay. And if we want to talk about rewatch value, I would say that rom-com does a great job at rewatch because...
Yo, if I'm getting cheeks off of a movie, put that shit on every day. Every day. My girlfriend coming over, put her on the movie that's getting me cheeks. I'm gonna be honest right there. You good? You good? That's a good argument.
Yeah.
If that's your fan base, then I'm not even gonna compete.
But the rewatch value on rom-com is also one of the big benefits to it because with having the predictability of the happy ending that you already know and expect comes comfort and stability in those things. And then lastly, the versatility in this genre is that you can find it in podcasts, TV shows, movies, and books. Friends, The Big Bang Theory, The Office.
Oh,
When Harry Met Sally, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. You don't want the smoke in this category. Anyway, I'm closing out.
That's not versatility. That's just different rom-coms.
No, I'm saying on every single different media platform that there is. Podcasts, TV
there's
shows,
horror
movies, and books.
podcasts. There's horror books.
You didn't
Those
bring
are
up that
also-
point, though. Not in your talking slides.
No,
None of your
but
slides
counteract-
said that.
Also,
Hey,
also-
you used your cut in.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
did.
did.
No, I
Yes, you
didn't.
did. Yes, you did.
Oh, you only get one per person, like one for the whole
yes,
thing.
yes.
Yes.
Well, this was never told to me ahead.
So
of
pipe
time.
your tea
Yo.
down.
Rom-coms is something that appeals. One, you're relating it to like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, which is fucking weird. But point being, that's like a day thing. Like people don't watch rom-coms. Hold on. People
Oh, wow.
don't watch rom-coms
Oh, wow.
throughout the whole month of February. They watch it on that day. That's it. Horror movies is the whole month of October. It's fall season. They do the countdown on ABC Family, whatever it is. Like, that's a thing. Plus, those movies typically appeal to people who are either in a relationship or have a romantic interest. Not to people who are single or struggling with that. Horror movies doesn't have a bias. It's for anybody
thing with-
who gets scared.
But with
which
horror
is
movies,
everybody.
But with horror movies, like you said, and you showed on your chart, it's like split kind of almost down the middle. Where with your own experience, when we're hanging out with people, and you say a lot, very often she says, "Oh, let's watch a scary movie." How many times do we get, I don't want to watch a scary movie? Like, with comedy, you could throw it on.
If you're a big fan of the genre, then of course.
You could throw on a comedy
But that
movie.
says something that with horror movies, it's like you either really, really like it or you really don't. But your movies are kind of just like, like people are indifferent. Like, yeah, sure, you could put that on. It doesn't invoke as much of a passion about the topic, whether it's positive or negative. So it still doesn't have as much of an influence.
I love comedy movies.
I was debating the rom-com.
The rom-com, yeah, but I said that there's comfortability
Thanks for
and
the
stability
tidbit.
with knowing what to expect. Another thing, Bridesmaids is a rom-com. The two
I'll put the
different
screenshot.
subcategories,
It
comedy
says-
and romance.
Yeah,
It's right
yeah.
there on IMDb. Boom, boom, boom. You don't got enough bullets for this dick.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Listen.
Alrighty.
Guys, you guys can settle the argument down below. We have 3 people here in the room with us behind the cameras. I want to get their votes. Craig, between horror, comedy, and romantic comedy, what do you think is the best genre? Rom-com, okay. Kev?
Are we going about what my opinion or how you guys base this?
Well, if we did our job, we could have swayed your opinion. So go off of, out of the 3, what you think. Horror is
got
what-
your dick hard.
Wow, and he doesn't even watch scary movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god!
That's money, baby!
Yo,
My
guys,
presentation got messed up.
my
man.
presentation was not prepared. Y'all know me. Y'all know
Bitch,
me
you
real
Bro,
You
I had
were
a
doing
whole
presentation for
thing.
2
I had a
weeks
whole
now.
thing
Listen.
lined up. I had all this work, bro.
Here we go. No, it's all good. In the comments, please say which one you enjoy the most. We'll also do an Instagram.
Brianna's a pick-me bitch.
Get the fuck out of here.
If you guys enjoy this kind of content, anything nostalgic, we talk about, we debate. We have podcasts coming on the way. And yeah, also follow the Instagram so that you can see the results of the poll. I love you guys. See you next week.
Peace.